Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sudakshana and you're watching Beauty Lashes Makeovers. So this video will be about makeup essentials, the most important things that any person would need to at least do the basic kind of makeup possible. So the first thing that is very important is of course a good foundation. So if you talk about foundations, you can go for any fitme foundation, Maybelline fitme foundation in your shade of course. So this is the fitme foundation, that is my shade. This is the shade 230. So 230 is my shade. If you are lighter, you'll have to go for lighter shades. If you're darker, then of course darker shades. But make sure that you watch my previous video where I have mentioned that how you would get your perfect shade. You'll have to match it here, and that way you'll get the perfect shade possible. See, this comes around 500 rupees, in 500 rupees, and it is super affordable. So you will need a foundation, a good foundation. And if you want to go a little higher than in the range of course, then you can go for pack foundations. They are like professional foundations, and they give a very nice finishing to your skin. You've seen me using this all the time now, like my current favorite. And so I use a lot of foundations. I have a high-end foundations with me, but for this tutorials I usually prefer using these foundations. So the next thing that you will need is a compact powder. So for you guys, the Maybelline Fit Me Loose powder is your go-to thing. This is super good. This comes in around 695 rupees. I don't know if the prices have risen or something now, but I bought it around 5 to 6 months ago, and this is good. So this is in the shade light. You can go for medium shade if you are a tone darker, or you can use this if you're my tone or even fairer tone than mine, So this is a good go-to compact powder. So if you have the loose powder, you do not need a compact powder. So right now I do not have handy compact powder, but I'm going to show you what is the difference between a compact and a loose powder. So this is basically a compact powder. It comes like it is pressed powder, and the loose powder is of course, it's like powder. It's you can feel the difference. So I prefer using loose powders now than before. Earlier I used to use a lot of compact powders, but now I use more of loose powders. Third thing is a concealer. See, concealers and correctors are something that hide your blemishes, your flaws, and they are used before using a foundation. So basically this is an orange corrector or concealer, you can say, and this is used to hide your dark circles. You do not, if you are a fair skinned or a medium skin like mine, you do not have to use a lot of this orange corrector. But if you are on the darker scale skin tone, then you'll need this under your eyes or the areas which are darker near the lips, the chin area. So you can use this, but I prefer using the warm honey shade to hide these blemishes. I use this under my eyes, over my eyes, in my chin area. So this works perfectly like this one for medium or light skin tones. Okay, so you can also use them on your spots if you have any acne marks or such, something like that. The other shade is the pure beige shade. This works similarly to the other shades. This is also a corrector, but I also use this as a foundation, like I apply it all over my face and neck, and I just blend it in because this is super handy, and I do not need to carry my foundation if I carry this. So I have posted a video in which I've done my look using these two only, not I've not used any foundation in this video. So you'll see how I have used only these two as my base. So yeah, The next, of course, the next most important thing is blush contour palette. So this is from Faces Canada Ultime Pro palette, and this is around 900 rupees. This is 899 rupees, and if you buy it from Nika or some online store, I think you will get a discount on this. See, the brand Sugar also has a similar kind of product, and nowadays something that you can easily carry in your bag. This is like super handy, and you just have to carry one product and you'll have three usage. You can use the contour, you can use it for blush and as well as for highlight. So by this palette, this is like very good. I use it all the time. So the another important thing, of course, is are the brushes that you'll use. Brushes. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about only those blushes that are super important and you cannot do without them. So the first um, brush is a fluffy eyeshadow brush like this one. See, if you have a larger area under your eyebrow, I mean between your eyebrow and your eyes, you can always use a brush like this one easily over it. But if your area here is a little less, then you cannot go for a very thick or maybe a very fluffy brush. Then you should go for something like this, so that you can use it over your eyes as your eyeshadow brush. So these are eyeshadow brushes basically. So I will mention the numbers in the description below, so you can get them. If you are, also mention about the eye shape. If you have a broader space here, you will go for the fluffier one. If you have less space, you'll of course go for the less fluffier brush. So the second important brush is a brush like this one. I will not name, or I won't mention you the exact number of this brush, because this is not a very branded kind of a brush. You will find it in any store or even online. So if you buy this kind of a brush, this works well for contouring, this works well for blush, even for powder. So this is like a multitasking brush and it works perfectly well. If you want to invest in another brush, then you can also go for something like this. This is a more fluffier brush and I use it all the time to apply my blush. So this is also good, and you can also use it for your powder. See, once you apply your powder and then if you just go ahead and use your blush, it works superb, right? It doesn't matter, but make sure you have to clean it every time, because the next time when you go for powder, if there is a lot of blush remaining, it will of course show on your face, so you will have to clean them. Yeah, another brush that I'll talk about is of course a stripling brush, but this is not very mandatory. If you have a beauty blender, then of course you can skip this and you can use a beauty blender for blending your foundation or your concealer instead of this brush. But if you want to use a brush, then you can go ahead and use a stripling brush like this one. See, this is super flat and it looks like this, so you can blend it in properly. So your wish. So these are the brushes that are very important, and one more brush that I feel is very important for the shading your or smudging your eyeliner or your kajal. That is this pencil brush. This is called the pencil brush, and I'll mention the number. So this is 082 and this is from PAC, and this really blends your kajal or your liner well. So these are the brushes. See, the eyeshadow brush that I've mentioned here, if you clean it properly, you can also use it for applying highlighter here. So this is like multitasking brush as well. But if you want to invest in a few more brushes, then you can go ahead and buy a fan brush like this one, or another fluffy brush, a powder brush like this one, for applying your highlighter and even your powder under the eyes. So you can apply using these brushes. So yeah, these are the like most important brushes. The next thing is of course a good kajal. See, right now, since I smudge my kajal, I would like something that is actually smudgeable. You know, something that you apply and at once it just gets into place. You it won't be very good to blend that kind of product. So if you go for cheaper and more affordable kind of kajals, they actually work really well. So the iconic kajal from Lakme, it really works well for me. Also, if you want to invest in a little higher product, you can go for the Lakme 9 to 5 gel kajal. So you can do your neat lining with this kajal. It comes with a brush, and so it is like good to apply. But for beginners, I would always suggest you guys use this kind of kajal. Yeah, the mascara, if you talk about, you can go for any mascara of your choice. Right now, the mascara that I've used is called the Maybelline. It's from Maybelline and it's called the Rocket Volume Express mascara, and it works pretty well for beginners. You can go for like any good mascara. Make sure it says volumizing mascara, and that works well. Yeah, the last but not the least, uh, I'll talk about, I have already talked about a lot of lipsticks, but lip liners I haven't talked much about them. So to begin with, if you talk about lip liners, get yourself a nude shade of lip liner. This may be of any brand. This is from Streetwear, and this was not very expensive, so I don't know if it's finished. No. So get yourself this kind of a nude shade of lip liner, and oops, I also use this one. This is also super nude. This is from Forever 52, and this is a little expensive, but you can go for this, or you can also go for Revlon. Revlon liners are also good. And if I talk about lipstick, this is a new I just bought one of these. This is from Lakme Forever Matte liquid lip color. These have a lot of what do you call, nude shades, and they're like very pretty. At the same time, they are not very expensive. They cost me around 250 rupees, and the shades are also pretty good. But one bad thing about these are that the shade changes after a time. Like this looks like more of a mauve color, but when you apply it, it gradually changes to a little bit of brown shade, which I like, so I use this a lot of time. But if you do not like that, then I would suggest go for a little expensive lip shades of your choice. And you could also go for Sugar is a good brand, in medium range brand, and this is called the Rayon Rose. I love this shade. I've used it in many of my um, videos. So guys, these were the most important things. Of course, one thing that I missed is yeah, so I missed this. This is the most essential item. This is called the brow defining pencil, and it comes in the shade dark brown as well. Do not go for dark, very black kind of color, pencils, because they look very unnatural. Go for dark brown. And if you have really sparse kind of brows, then you can go for even lighter shade of brown. But this works well for Indian skin tones, because we usually have a little dark colored. Even if they're sparse, you'll have, the color will be almost like dark brown. So this has to have this part, this what is spoolie kind of end, because you will always have to brush off the excess from your brows. So this is like very important. Apply and then brush, so that gives you a very neat kind of a finishing. So yeah, these were the products that were most essential for any newbie, and you will like have to invest at least around 3,000 rupees or maybe even more to please get hands on with the basic products. And do not just go and get everything at once. You can just pick one by one, because kajal, lipstick, liners and blushes I think everyone will have. So one by one, just to go and pick a good quality foundation, a good quality compact powder or loose powder. And I have not mentioned about any particular eyeshadow in this palette, but I think you've seen me using a eyeshadow palette in my previous video. This is from Sugar as well. So this is like a super good matte kind of an eyeshadow. I love using these. This is the Applause palette. You have many what do you call many palettes, different palettes. So this one is like more of a brown kind of a shade palette, and this works for every skin tone and every occasion. So this is like a super good palette. So you can get this or any other palette from Sugar of your choice, which has 4 colors, and this like one of them will be glittery as well. So whenever you want to do something glittery, you can just go ahead and use some glitter on your eyes, and this works perfectly. So these are the basic things that you have to buy, and once you have them, you can go ahead and start doing your basic makeup. So guys, that's it. Without taking any longer time, I don't want to make this video a very long one, so I would just yeah, that's it. So guys, see you soon. I hope you guys love my video, and if you do, please do not forget to thumbs up, like, share and subscribe. Please guys, subscribe to my channel, and also comment and tell me what you liked about my videos, and I will be happy to help you guys or happy to answer your questions if you have any. So yeah, till then, I'm gonna see you soon. The weather is getting more wet. It's like raining heavily now, so I need a good sleep. I just want to go and lie down, guys. So yeah, that's it. Bye, see you soon, guys. Love you.